deep in the parched desert sands of ancient Osirian,
long-forgotten secrets are becoming unearthed
that could threaten the security of the entire region.
Through cursed tombs, undead crypts, and towering pyramids,
our unlikely band of heroes must rise to the challenge
and find the secrets of
the Mummy's Mask.
Last time on the Mithril Tabletop.
Well, when we last left our heroes, they had finally made their way to the Canny Jackal for the long-awaited auction. You see Habibi's dad and his mom is quickly behind him, like just a couple feet. I know you have something to do with this. Where is Amos?
Amos is missing?
What did you do with her? You guys are going to go around and you're going to try to convince them that they want to buy your lot. Septi approaches Tariq. Are you doing anything after this? If you don't mind, if you wanna just and then before she finishes her sentence,
oh no,
Dory! You see a very familiar dark-skinned half-elf.
Andrew!
She goes, Tariq! If it isn't my old friend.
No!
Welcome everyone to another episode of The Mummy's Mask. This is Erin, the voice of Tariq. I hope you all have been enjoying our second season so far. We had such a blast getting to do season 1, and it's just awesome to be back for season 2. And really, it's you all who are making the difference for us. We love getting to hear what you think, so please feel free to drop a comment on any of our socials. You know what? Speaking of social, Tariq's been real social. Maybe a little too social, as Waba seemed fit to put him in quite a predicament at the end of last week's episode. I really don't want to spoil anything, so y'all are just gonna have to wait and see if Dory or Septi makes a bid for Tariq's heart, or if all three are gonna walk away empty-handed in episode 41. And sold!
Alright. So I have a question for everyone. This is a very important question.
What's up?
No.
Say that every time.
No, shut up. My entire life, I've had jobs that were like fast food or like as a teacher for a while there, but I've never had like a really like a classic traditional American office job until last year. And it got me thinking, if your characters, so like Tariq and Habibi and shit, if you guys showed up in America, corporate America, and just had an office job, regardless of your qualifications.
It'd be quite interesting coworkers.
What?
Yeah.
Would they survive or immediately get fired the next day?
Well,
Discuss.
like, oh, you're not even going to ask us, like, what we would be in the office?
Yeah, do
like,
you want us to know, like, what we would apply for and hope we get?
I can tell you
Sure.
what Tariq would be.
I'm just curious,
Tariq would actually be... Tariq would be the manager because he'd be in charge of the staff.
Okay, all right, okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
You almost made it a minute without a staff joke.
But this time it's not dirty, it's just punny. Oh my gosh, it's so punny.
Aren't puns
I think
then I would be
Tanhi
fired.
Yeah, probably. I think Tanhi would be a security guard.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that.
I see that.
Or a bouncer.
Yeah, so she's like working in the lobby and like people
We're
walk
talking-
in.
How many
and like,
offices have bouncers?
she's a bouncer in an office.
We're not at the club. At least not yet. That comes afterwards.
Google office.
But yeah, no, she would probably be head of security.
I see that for sure.
And they would probably like really enjoy working for her because like if someone was really angry like at like the people that were under her kind of thing,
Tanhi gets
they would just be like, Tanhi, come handle this, and Tanhi would like come charging out. Like, what you doing?
Like, they might be angry, but you haven't seen Tanhi angry. Like, they might apologize to you.
Oh man. Okay, what about so Keryth? I can imagine him being like an engineer of some sort.
So I was thinking
Right.
that, or if we're thinking like specifically an office or something, like he might be like the IT guy, but
oh yeah.
most of the time just
Watch yourself. Careful.
shut up. Oh, you're saying that
Watch it.
because you're an IT guy.
Yeah.
No, that's not where I was going with this. So what I was saying is, like, most of the time he would do a really well job. Like, he's, good at fixing shit or, finding a way to improve something. Very, inventorish. Except when, he's at home working on his own, like, computer projects. He has a lot of burns on his hands.
He comes in with like a new bandage.
Computers,
like,
quotation marks.
You're like that tech guy that's always like trying to do those YouTube videos where he's like, "This is how you fix this," and it just he ends up shocking himself. And but like, do you know what I'm talking about? Have you guys seen?
I love that guy. No, he's so funny. Like I think I know what you're talking about. He's like kind of like a.
I think he's like either Indian or something.
I was gonna say he's either like super East European or like from like Kazakhstan, like that area, or like I don't know. He's like in that region of the world, like around the Black Sea or something. Like that's what he feels like. I have no idea. And he's always like, "All right, guys, I'm going to give you a tutorial." Oh my god! He just zaps himself.
And he keeps showing you how to do something, and then it's just so bad. Like
he does it on purpose too. Is the crazy part I found out.
It's funny, like. You get it.
I get it. I know what you're talking about.
It's
For
funny.
once, I get your references, not the other way around.
And one of the things that would happen for Keryth is he would go to like be soldering something, like maybe he's working like on a motherboard or something like that. And instead of hitting the metal pieces, fingers maybe get in the way.
Yep.
Oh, oops.
Instead of like testing to see if the soldering gun is working on a piece of metal, he puts it to his finger.
Is this hot? Oh, yep, that's hot.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like just towing the line of his hair being out of dress code.
Oh, for sure. Yep, absolutely. All right, and then I assume after he burns himself, he would probably want to go to like some healing, but I don't know, would Habibi be like a medic of some sort? You don't have those in offices. So like what's Habibi's role here?
Oh, nope, that's not true. There are some offices that have like a school nurse, like their own nurse in the office.
Really?
Oh, and some
It's for, like,
offices
the really big-
have like psychiatrists too, like on hand. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Mental health is important too, yo.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that.
But like, I feel like Habibi would work in human resources because he really just wants to help people.
Oh, good one.
So like,
Aw.
inspire team morale and unity, provide emotional support, conflict resolution, and counseling.
Party coordinator.
That's right, party coordinator.
I love
We're gonna have
it.
all the pizza parties.
All right, last but certainly not least, the wild folk druid, the lady who's like, "Nah, I can't be settling down in cities. That's beyond me." What's going on with you, Khepri? What would you do in an office?
Here's
Office
the
cat
problem.
lady.
I've never worked in an office. I have
Never ever.
never worked in an office.
What about research?
I worked in the hospital still.
Oh, okay.
Like I had an office, but it wasn't like
An
they
office
were
job.
Like, yeah, it wasn't an office job. Like I still saw patients. I've been doing this even beforehand, before I graduated even. So I don't really know what it's like for working in an office. I like where I am, where I can get up, move around, and I'm not quite
you can do
sure
that.
what's gonna be there.
Just don't let your manager see.
What?
You can do that. Just don't let your manager see.
Oh, I feel like I just don't know what jobs are. Like Alyssa said HR, and I was like, oh wait, I forgot HR even existed. It's just weird, and stuff like that.
Have you ever watched The Office?
What? Oh, I watched The Office.
I'm gonna say, what character does Khepri resonate with on The Office?
Khepri can be a salesperson.
She's gonna be a salesperson. She did make a sale yesterday. It's true.
She did. Like, she could make a lot of
Or not
sales.
yesterday.
You know, she's learning quickly.
Do you guys agree that she would be Erin in the office?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
1,000%. Thankfully, none of you guys ever have to answer that question for real about whether or not your characters would survive in modern day corporate America, because right now we have to watch Tariq survive Ancient Assyriani, love life drama.
Oh no.
Something.
MVP.
Segway, nailed it, crushed it.
Now this is what we're really here for.
This is what we're really here for, the big question.
The soap opera drama.
I will give you. I will give you something. Okay, I'll give you guys MVP. How about that? You know what? Maybe Tariq won. Maybe he could use it
get on with it.
hero point his way out of this.
I doubt it.
No, you didn't win.
Yeah.
Instead, it goes to Ashley.
My sister can help me.
Your sister that's getting drunk over in the corner.
Yeah, but she wouldn't ruin a good thing between him and Septi, would she?
We'll see.
no.
It was close. It was close. But I vote for Khepri. The poor dear is just getting her confidence all shaken up. We all have bad days. You can get through this. MVP.
Was that
MVP to
Alyssa?
Khepri. She needs that pity party hero point.
Wow,
Oh my gosh.
came right out and even said it.
Wow, she sold us on the
Damn.
MVP too. That was funny.
Finally, MVP to Khepri for the great role-playing moments, even if things it didn't turn out quite as she hoped.
It's
Man.
fine.
So yeah, everyone just kind of felt bad for you is what I'm getting.
I got the pity point.
Finally, all the honorable mentions go to Tariq for some on-fire roleplay tonight and
Nice.
being a good hero bro for the distraught Khepri, even if he is thirsty, winky face.
Oh,
What do you mean? Oh, you're the one who wrote that.
I didn't write that.
No, that was me.
I was gonna say
That
I
was
could
you?
have definitely told us Katie, especially with
Oh my god. Yes.
Oh.
She emphasized the thirsty.
Well, I apologize. I write these anonymously. I don't remember who voted.
You
for
just
who.
need a tall glass of water.
The final honorable mention
He
goes to
needs-
Tariq for his smooth-talking, James Bond, devilish good moves, and for sticking up for people, especially Khepri.
That was me.
Yeah,
That was
obviously that was you. All right.
Oh my gosh.
To recap, you guys had made it to the Uncanny Jackal, this parlor auction house / art gallery where you guys could spend the night in the evening, about an hour after sunset now, just enjoying good company, good food, and probably some good sales. To that end, you guys are trying to go around to all of these rich people here, the aristocrats, the noble people. They're not just from Wati, they're from all over Osirian and the neighboring region, and they want to try and buy whatever you have to sell to them. You so far got 3 people interested in your stuff, and you can go around selling to or buying from other people too. Maybe you're interested in stuff too. Ask them what they have to sell.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we
But-
could buy things.
The more people you have interested in each lot, the higher that price goes, because obviously that's how we're mechanically representing that auction here. To that end, Tariq's just milling about, eating a cocktail, and Septi approaches him and says, "Hi."
Eating a cocktail.
Drinking a cocktail, eating a
What
shrimp.
if it's a
Shut the
shrimp
fuck up.
cocktail? He can eat
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got your back,
Yeah.
Flava.
You're right.
Yeah. Thank you. But he's just milling about, and then Septi walks up and is like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And he's like, "Hey,
Hey,
how you
Joey."
doing? How you doing?"
We'll do it.
It's on the mind. And then as they were like, "How you doing?" and to each other, wow, that sounds dirty. They get approached by none other than Idori, who says hi, and that's all she did. She just said hi and walked
she
away.
Said hi.
That was it.
Oh, she
And that's
walked
the end
away.
of the episode. Yep, that's it. Everyone go home. Episode's over. She walks up. She comes closer to Tariq, and she goes, "Tariq, it's good to see you. I've been hoping I would run into you today." And Septi kind of like gives a polite bow, and she goes, "Oh, good evening, Idori. It's nice to see that you came here. I didn't know you were still in town. How much longer are you gonna stay in town? Just out of curiosity." Idori kind of like gives Tariq a side eye and smiles a little bit as she kind of like touches his arm, and she goes, "Oh, I might stay a while depending on what happens tonight."
All right. he the same arm that she touches, he's going to kind of bring up and across like her upper back. He's not gonna be like, he's not gonna go for lower. He's gonna go like upper back, and he goes, "Idori was quite, I guess you could say, helpful on our last mission, weren't you, Idori?"
Idori kind of smiles like, "Well, if I remember correctly, Tariq, I was there and you interrupted my mission. You actually took the lockpick from me. You took my gate away from me. I was going to do that on my own."
"Well, I didn't take your lockpicks. I brought mine." And then he's like, "But I always have those on me." And he's like, "I won't really get into much detail, but I'm usually pretty good at lockpicking. I guess I was a little nervous at first, and then he kind of realizes Septi's still there, and he's like, because of all the intimidating people in the room, your friends were quite challenging to ward off, we could say.
You look towards Septi, and she's no longer as smiley as she was before. She's like, Tariq, are you doing anything to... Actually, I just realized I think I might be busy tonight. Clearly, it seems you're busy as well. I'm just gonna go. I hope you guys enjoy the auction. We're gonna start selling soon, so if you want generate any other interest, good luck.
Before she turns away, Tariq reaches out his hand and he pulls away from Adori a bit. And he goes, well, that's a little disappointing to hear, but I hope to still see you around later this evening.
She kind of like looks down. She looks down at her hand that you have, like you're grabbing her around the wrist, and she kind of like looks up at you, and she doesn't smile. She goes, we'll see. I think your friend is waiting for you.
You can't have the best of both worlds, Tariq.
Well, and in a soft whisper, Tariq goes, she's just a friend.
Oh, my heart. Septi needs to be reciprocated.
And silently his eyes are saying, she may kill me if I publicly reject her.
Roll me a perception check.
Like, Tariq is like actually afraid of Adori a bit,
I mean, she did like choke him with her
Yeah,
foot.
like he was awakened a bit, but at the same time, he's still fearful.
He's
like
awakened.
nightmares. It's like nightmares, They wake you up, but you're also afraid of them.
All right. She turns to move away, and it almost seems like she kind of like frowns a little bit as she does so.
Ah, dang it.
Khepri,
well-
watching all of this, is gonna get up and run after Septi.
Does she continue to leave?
Yeah, she's turning away. She's like going up the steps to the stage, and Khepri, you can like approach her right before you get there. What do you want to say? What do you do?
Septi, I need you to understand that looked really bad, but Adori kinda has a thing for Tariq, and Tariq is just trying not to get
You don't know that.
I know that.
Oh, you just intuition.
I'm big sister's
Big sister.
Oh, Khepri, that's very sweet, but no, I don't think I'm. I don't. She kind of like is flustered. She doesn't want to like admit it because she's supposed to still be like professional. She's still organizing this whole auction thing, but she goes, okay, and she kind of like kneels down or like squats down, so she's like at eye level with you, and she goes, okay, between the two of us, just please don't tell your brother. I did fancy him, but I don't think he fancies me back. He seems like he's very flirty with this Adori lady, and I don't blame him. She's very strong, she's beautiful, but I don't think I'm the one for him. And you don't have to get involved. It's okay. I know you're just trying to defend him, and he is sweet, but I'm just gonna. He's not interested in me. I'm gonna find someone else.
Well, just so you know, and this is between you and I, you can never tell him that I told you this, but he definitely has a little something for you too. And it's hard when you see things like that happen and feel that kind of rejection. Khepri just kind of thinking about it, and
No, don't cry.
He didn't reject you. I promise. I pinky promise. I swear to Nethys. I swear to Pharasma.
She kind of. she smiles, but as soon as you mention Phrasma, she kind of like chuckles in spite of herself, and she goes, "You're a very sweet sister. You know that, Khepri. Don't ever change. Tariq and all of them, really, they need you. You're the heart that holds the party together."
So is Habibi.
Yeah, Habibi looks up with his mouth full. Oh crap! I was supposed to be the wingman.
She kind of
thanks.
looks up, like,
Thanks for that realization now.
You guys all make each other stronger. You guys all need each other, and I hope you guys never lose each other. Anyways, I do have to go. I wasn't joking about that. I did just wanted to see if Tariq was, wanting to do something afterwards, but it might not happen
How
tonight.
about this? I'll try to say something again, and if something happens or doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. But maybe be open to the possibility of something maybe happening? Khepri tries to say all smooth-like.
She smiles again and she goes, and she like places a hand on your shoulder, just like, don't try to force it too much. The only person who can control fate is Pharasma herself, little one. Okay, I'm just gonna go get ready for the final auction. You finish up with some snacks. You've been very sweet. Let try some sweets in return, and who knows? Maybe people will reciprocate that and be interested in whatever you have to sell. I'm just gonna go now. Okay. And she stands up, like, so long, Khepri. You're a good friend.
Oh, bye, Septi.
So you see like the camera pan back to like Tariq, whose hand, like as she left by, was kind of like still in the air, kind of like where she let go of his hand, and then he kind of like closes his fist and then goes like, and then turns around to Adori and he goes, Adori, you look fantastic, by the way. You look great. You know, I got to thinking about what the bartender said the other day, or his sister, anyways. I can't remember her name.
She puts a finger up. She puts a finger up, interrupting you. She's like, no. I know what you're gonna say. You're not allowed saying it.
Don't kill me.
No.
I'm not allowed.
If you don't want to go out and see me later, that's fine. I don't need to hear it. I'm just gonna go. We don't have to do this whole like not interested thing. We're not having that conversation, okay? I'm better than that. I've been on the receiving side before. I'm not a fan of it. So I'm just gonna leave, and we're gonna pretend like we never met each other. Sound cool? Cool.
And now he's alone. And he takes he looks down at his drink and the other drink he had for Septi, and he just drinks both of them.
Khepri's gonna run over to Tariq and go, Tariq, okay, I might have saved things, but I don't know. Just keep on going through the night, and you might run into Septi again. I don't know what else to do.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to salvage. And then he's just gonna move on.
My heart's broken.
What are the other three doing?
Habibi walks over and hands Tariq a falafel. Here you go, dude.
Falafel's pretty good.
Thanks, man. Tariq breaks his in half and gives one to Khepri.
Thank you.
I think I'm just gonna, I don't know, see what these people are up to. And he walks to like a group of another adventuring group, and as a guy walks by with a champagne tray, he takes the champagne flute and puts the two empty ones on there and just keeps walking.
Wait, we probably need to sell some more lots.
I think that's what he's trying to do. All right, you're gonna go to another adventuring group.
I'm coming with them.
Oh man. So you guys you're looking for an adventuring group, and you recognize the familiar faces that you guys ran into at the Tooth and Hookah way back when, like 4 or 5 days ago. They're the ones who started the whole Once Upon a Tomb sequence, if you guys remember that bit. And you see Jasmine. She's like talking with some other interested parties, and as she like kind of like waves them off and like says, all right, cheers to that and whatever, it seems like she just made a sale for or like generated interest in one of her lots. She turns around and she sees you, goes, hi Tariq, it's nice to see you again.
You as well. Looks like you are getting some of your stuff sold off. You guys make out really good this time?
We're trying our best, and the other ladies they kind of like all nod as well, and they're dressed up in like this night, like all these black robes and dresses and stuff, and they have jewelry that's like black, but because it's reflecting the light in a certain way, it almost seems like it's glittering and twinkling like starlight.
Well, what kind of stuff did you guys what kind of stuff did you all find? We're trying to sell our stuff too, but I'm kind of interested in buying some things.
Oh, you're here to buy? Okay, well, in that case, Sigrun, what was that one thing that we found? It was really interesting. I think you have a cleric on your party, right?
Yeah, right here. And then he pats Habibi on the back, kind of like also slightly pushing him forward.
Oh,
perfect. Well,
yes, that's me.
If you're interested, we did find these holy prayer beads in one of our lots. They're rather uncommon, especially the magical kind. We found, obviously you can make your own like normal beads and pray with them, but these ones seem to be divinely blessed. None of us are divine spellcasters, though, so we can't use these. We're going to sell them, but perhaps you'd be interested in them?
Yes. I think I might be interested in them. What, like, are we going to have to bid on lots for them? Like,
It is an auction, my dear.
Yes. So, like, what lot number would this be?
We are 32E.
32E. All right.
32E. Great.
So, now that I know that you have something that we might be interested in, maybe we would have something you guys would be interested in.
It depends. We're looking for any kind of like weapons and armor. We're going to go on more adventures, and some of our weapons broke in the previous in the necropolis. Do you have anything like that?
No, we don't really have any weapons per se. We mainly we kind of made use of the weapons, if you can imagine. We mainly found collector's things that you might be interested in.
Anything in particular?
Well, we have that onyx funerary mask of the founder, and you guys wear like a lot of really gorgeous black. So
thank you. We're going for an aesthetic here.
I like that aesthetic. Honestly, girl, it suits you.
All right. So, I guess. What law did you say that was?
72D.
72D. Oh, the Nethys one. Okay, the Nethys one. We were kind of interested in that. I don't know. I might need a diplomacy check to convince us.
Oh, sure. I would be happy to do that for you. Like anything for you.
Should I help?
If you want, you can assist.
Okay. He's more diplomatic than I am, but you never know.
It doesn't hurt to help.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay, yes, because I rolled a 12 on the die for a total of 22.
All right. 22 is sufficient. Even with his aid, it will bump it up to a 23, but that still succeeds. So she kind of goes like, I guess we could buy some Nethys things. What do you guys think? Jasmine nods, and some of the rest of the girls nod as well. They're like, okay, well, we can go ahead and we'll buy the Nethys things, and if we're interested, we'll try to add some of that clothing into our aesthetic, and whatever we don't like, we'll just sell. That's a good idea.
Thank you. Much obliged. Also, I am looking forward to those holy prayer beads.
Well, you're gonna have to beat some people out. I got a lot of people interested in.
Oh, if I have to beat them out, we got a cat folk that'll help us out with that.
Habibi, not literally. I meant you're just gonna have to auctions do. You have to bid higher.
Oh yeah,
money. You come from wealth.
Yeah, money's no object.
It literally is.
It was great to see you ladies again. Try not to go too rogue, and then he kind of does the finger guns as he backs out. He's a little tipsy at this point.
She rolls her eyes. She goes, "Oh, Tariq. Okay. Well, if you guys want anything else, I can tip you off and point you in the right direction. Is there anything you're trying to sell? I've met a couple people here tonight.
Do you happen to know anybody that's interested in studying of war times? We have this biography from a general from before the plague. His name was Aaaaaaaand. We explored his house. That was one of the first sites we went to. And he has these beautiful golden books. One's a history of his life, but there's also 100 Years of War written about some of his exploits and his time period. That's really quite fascinating.
Ooh, that does sound kind of interesting if you're into that stuff. Let me see here. And she kind of looks up, stands up straighter, and she looks up to the rest of the crowd. She goes, do you see that man over there? His name's Menya. He goes by the Whip. He's new to town. She describes, and you see this rail thin, skinny guy. He's like a half elf. He has the pointed ears and stuff. She goes, I think he's trying to establish himself as a new blacksmith in town. He primarily focuses on weapons and armor, as opposed to horseshoes and stuff. But I think he might be interested in having that book. If you can convince him to display it in his shop as kind of an attraction, it might give him an edge up against Kasmut. I know he's trying to figure out a way to compete with him.
Okay, blacksmith. You said his name was again?
Menya the Whip.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. We'll probably need it.
Oh, we got this. So, who wants to talk to Menya?
Should we get
Well-
Tanhi?
I was thinking Tanhi and Keryth.
Yeah, let's
Where
go
are
find
those
them.
two at anyways?
Yeah, let's
We need to go find them.
let's reconvene and then tell them the game plan.
All right, let's go. Doodle-doo-doo.
Where are they? That's a good question. Where are they right now?
Habibi, can you send a message? Do you still have that message spell?
I do not have that prepared right now.
Ah, man.
Oh. Well, I
Shucky
say
darn.
we just, keep on looking, and then I look over Ramses and say, Ramses, go and try to sniff out
Smart.
Keryth and Tanhi. And you know how dogs get really excited and they go and lift that one leg and point their little nose and wag their tail.
What you're saying is there's this nice, elegant party going about, and then all of a sudden people are being divided in this crowd as a dog and a halfling
got that
and two
right.
humans
Yes.
run past them.
Yes.
Absolutely. Nope,
Yes.
that's correct. You parsed that correctly.
Living up to our
That's
name.
exactly what you
We're
described.
misfits. It's fine.
Oh, Lordy help me.
Anyway.
Can't take y'all nowhere.
And I just imagine
Oh my
it as
gosh.
Ramses is just running up to Tanhi and Keryth, barking, sniffing them, looking at us, and we're like, oh, there they are.
Good boy, Ramses.
Tanhi looks over with the drink in her, you know how you would have it at your mouth you're about to take a drink,
Yep.
and she just looks over and then she just downs the rest of it. So were y'all successful? We got someone to look at the Arasetti stuff and the Panthero stuff as well. Yeah, right.
He said he would look, but I'm still not convinced that he was convinced.
I was gonna say we got some people interested in Nethys, and what was the one that Khepri got
Nethys too.
That was Nethys. Mm-hmm.
as well?
Nethys may have some buyers. Well, we were talking to the Daughters of the Desert, and they said that this guy, Minya, he's a
whip.
blacksmith. Oh yeah, they call him the Whip. We thought maybe you, Tanhi, would maybe speak better to him about this. And then he just kind of gets off topic, and he kind of just stops talking for a second.
Are you okay, Tariq?
Yes, and he's just he's very his head a little bit too much. And I think he was over there, but I don't know, maybe went that way. I don't know. Someone needs to go talk to him about Aaaaaaaand.
Yes, because he'd
Okay.
be interested in Aaaaaand's military book.
Oh, okay. Tanhi is scratching her head a little bit because Tariq has never been
And you
so...
see Tariq take yet another drink as she's staring at him.
Oh, Jesus, Tariq.
Habibi takes the drink from him and swaps it with a cup of hot coffee that he just randomly finds at a nearby vendor. Here, Tariq, I've heard this drink will help your performance, so...
Well, anyway, the Daughters of the Desert thought that maybe he would like to take a look at it. He's trying to establish himself. Maybe he could use it as an attention grabber piece, something people would want to come and see.
Okay, you three, if we're gonna do this, you three, sit your butts down right there. You are not going to interfere with this because Dumb and Dumber over here.
No, Habibi should go. He's good.
No, Habibi has to be the designated driver for you.
We gotta make sure you two don't cause more trouble.
We're
fine.
No,
All right,
no.
Tariq, did you finish that coffee yet? Here, have a
coffee?
glass of water. Here, glass of water.
I
Stay
was
hydrated.
wanting... Yeah, water will do.
It's fresh.
We should get more champagne, Tariq.
No,
Oh,
no.
that's... you know what? You guys go. We got this.
We got
No,
this. We'll be fine.
Khepri,
guys
you
do
see-
Okay,
As soon as
another
that guy
thought.
went-
I'm gonna stay. I will cut them off. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Habibi. Oh my god.
Keryth is gonna take a step up to Habibi and put a hand on his shoulder and lean down. Habibi, you've got the hardest job out of all of us. Good luck. And then takes off with Tanhi to find Menya.
Peace. Oh my gosh. Tanhi is when they get probably 10 feet away from the three, she's just gonna take a deep breath and she's just gonna be okay. So we have to convince him that he wants Aaaaaaaand's war stuff because he's interested in it.
We've also got that gold and turquoise scarab pendant. So we could, if the military way doesn't work, we could appeal to the superior crafting seen in the pendant and in the board game. Because, I mean, that board game is hundreds of years old and it's lasted this long. Maybe he can learn something from how it was crafted. I don't know.
Maybe. Let's start with the Aaaaaaa stuff, though, because it seems like that'll be our best bet.
Yep.
Tanhi is just, like, trying to get over the shit show she just walked away from.
Alright, so we start looking around. Do we, like, immediately see this guy? Like, is he pretty easy to point out with their...
The only difficulty you would have in finding him is just because he's so thin, he probably hides behind people, but it's not too hard to find him. You locate him, you approach him. What do you say?
You're Minya, right? Like, you just got into town. I've heard a lot about your craft.
And he's just taking a sip of champagne, kind of like watching the crowds, like people watching. He's like, yeah, that is my name. And it's kind of like strikes you as weird because he has like, he's very thin, very childlike face, but he has this like deeper voice come out of him. What can I do for you?
Oh, just I've lived here my whole life. I always like welcoming any new people that I meet. And the Daughters of the Desert were telling our group that you are new to town, and I just wanted to welcome you.
Oh yeah, they're a sweet group of girls. I really like them. Well, I am about to start my own shop. We have a grand opening in about a week, and I was hoping I could find some curious centerpieces for my new shop, or maybe some magic armor.
I like magic armor better.
Well, what are some things that interest you? I mean, obviously,
those two things that I just mentioned. That interests me right now. That's all I'm here for. I'm just in town for that.
So, when you say like a centerpiece, do you mean like a centerpiece to kind of like display in your shop to garner interest so they come inside to see your wares, that sort of thing?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to compete with Kasmut, and he's a really good blacksmith, but he has all this extra experience around me or above me, and I want something that'll attract customers to my shop instead of his.
What about, so we are, as you can probably tell by, just looking at us, we are some adventurers that participated in the lottery and have some lots up for sale. We heard from the Daughters of the Desert about, you're looking for things to assist in your craft, because as you very clearly said, Kasmut is very well known here in the town, so it might be a little difficult. But one of our lots might be of interest to you. We went to this ancient home of Aaaaaaaand, and he actually used to be a military man. So we actually have some books that have survived through the centuries on his military life. But some other things that you might be interested in that lot as well is, given you are a man of the craft, I'm sure you can appreciate very finely crafted goods. We also located in his home a ancient board game of, was it Sekhmet? Oh, I'm saying that wrong. Senate. We found an ancient board game of Senate that's actually managed to survive through those hundreds of years since that place has been abandoned. So that might be of interest to you for, taking a look at how it's been crafted. Something else that you might find interesting is we also
I get the picture. Is there like I mean I appreciate it, but I'm not here trying to sell board games and everything. I think I'm just gonna be in the market for something else at the moment, unless you have like a more definitive sales pitch. Let's say, like, for example, like a die roll maybe, or something.
I'm just getting there.
A die roll, maybe.
All right. So Keryth wants to do crafting, since that was my whole leaning.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can roll that. That's fine.
That is a 16 on the die for a 30 total.
He kind of like frowns. He's like, well, I mean, I'm not really interested in buying a board game, but the military books, you said you promised that they're talking about his military life at least, right?
Oh yeah, and they're
I'm
gold plated, so I mean,
Okay.
they're definitely gonna catch some people's eyes.
And the
Yeah, I
sun.
suppose I can put that in like in the window. They could, yeah. I guess you got to put. All right. You convinced me. I'll maybe make a bid for it or two, but I'm not gonna put too much money into it. We'll see what happens. All right. Thank you for your time. Is there anything? Maybe I can interest you in something. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm also in the thing for selling stuff. I did just make. It's not really armor. It's kind of a prototype. I did make this this pectoral here, and he kind of like describes this beautiful golden scarab pectoral. It's a thing that ancient Egyptians wear around their upper chest, kind of like a necklace, but not really. It's like a lot bigger. Has these lapis and lazuli gemstones and stuff, and he says that it can put a spring in your step.
I think that's gonna interest me.
Oh, yeah, that definitely might be something that some people in our group would be interested in. What lot did you say that was?
Let's call it 17A. It's my main attraction. It also has this other rune. It's like a weapon potency rune or property rune. It can smash constructs especially well.
Oh, construct smashing rune. That's
So I'm
my
gonna
mental
I'm
note.
gonna count you guys as interested in my lot. Yes.
Oh, very, very interested. We will,
Fantastic.
and I might have to, when you have your grand opening, come and swing by and see what you've got. See if you can get
Appreciate
Cosmo
that
to
very
run
much.
for his money.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the company, or the patronage. All right, I will be off. I see other customers over there. They seem to be interested. I've been eyeing them, hoping they would finish talking with their one guest, and it seems they are wrapping up the conversation. So I'm gonna swing in there and try to take them for myself. Thank you for your time.
I wish
Kinda
you
like-
luck, my friend.
It steps away. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to like regroup or whatever, or what's up?
Before they start to head back to the drunkards,
Hey,
it's true though.
Only 1.5 of them are drunk.
Keryth kind of like leans over to Tanhi and is like, as well as Cosmoot has, aided us with his blacksmithing, this guy is much nicer to talk to.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, Cosmoot he did really well on my weapon, but he's just so aggressive.
He went from being your guys' favorite character to your not your favorite character.
No, he's still my favorite, but I can
Yeah,
still
he's
complain
just
about
so
him.
Maybe not their
aggressive.
favorite blacksmith.
Like, he doesn't have to smile at me, but he could just stop cussing me out every time I bring him.
Ask him for the services in which he wants us to bring to him. It's like
He
are
kicked
they
I don't think
blowjobs?
that's
out
bad.
last time.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be nice to, be welcomed in. Just once.
Do you think if we would warn Cosmoot that there's going to be another blacksmith in town, do you think he'd even care?
What if?
Probably not.
Can we find Cosmoot in the crowd and maybe pitch this book to him?
He's not in the. He's not.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
Please,
in the
I feel like this
he's going
all-
to be in a social situation.
Yeah, I feel like he would
like
not
you guys don't
be
even know the guy.
in this kind of scene.
Even if he was invited, I think he would probably reject the invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I was like, I'm not getting gussied up for this.
And his reply back to the letter is like, "Leave me the fuck alone."
No, he'd probably just ignore it.
All right, but yeah, we'll make our way back to the group where I'm sure Habibi is hopefully wrangling the children.
You see that Habibi has them both seated at a table, and they are munching on snacks that Habibi keeps on finding and providing.
As you guys approach and regroup, you like hang out, talk to each other for a couple of minutes, and then Septi steps on stage and she clears her throat and like gets everyone's attention. She like clinks on some glass and everyone like quiets down. And she goes, well, thank you for everyone for coming for this wonderful evening. We've been generating quite a large number of funds, and whatever the church here today, I just want to thank everyone for that, by the way. And people give polite applause. And she goes, thank you. Whatever the Grand Mausoleum funds today, we will be able to, or raise for funds today, we will be donating back into the community to give back to the people of Wati who have given us so much already. So thank you for that, and remember, it's for a good cause. But until that happens, before we see what happens with that, let's go ahead and begin the auction. Who's excited about that? Let's start selling stuff. You see, like, all the aristocrats are like, yes, cheerio, Mary. And then, meanwhile, the misfits are like, yeah, let's go. I was like, oh, such a disturbance, so loud. All right, so the one by one, the lots start coming up, and you guys start seeing things that are interested in, like, you know, lot 1, 2, 3, whatever. They all go through, and you see the auctioneer, who's not Septi, by the way, it's someone else, one of her high priests. So at the Candy Jackal, like, one of the auctioneers kind of like comes up and like, I have this holy prayer beads going twice. Sold to the cleric in the back.
Me?
Kind of stuff. Yep, and they just keep going back and forth like that, selling off one by one, and then they get to you guys, and they start selling off this. They describe Arisetti's lot. It just comes in, it's like beautiful wedding gowns. As we have her hope chest and fine jewelry and everything. Do I have anybody interested? We're gonna start the bidding at 325 gold pieces. Do I have here 325? Blah blah blah. And he's kind of going back and forth. That's just a number I made up on the spot, by the way. But then eventually people start saying, hey, I'll buy it, and you get like 1 or 2 people interested. And all told, you guys make out with quite more than what you would have made had you sold this to like private collectors out in the city, give or take. Altogether, your lots probably would have come with a value of about 900-ish gold pieces, and you guys managed to sell them off for a little bit over 1,000.
Nice.
Yay! Good job.
And that's for all 4 lots?
Yes, that's all 4 of them combined. Okay. But there is another thing that happens right before we're probably going to end the session today.
I knew it! The Cliffy! He has to have a cliffhanger.
He's got to have a cliffhanger every time.
You guys know this. You guys are kind of like sitting around these seats, and you're participating with the auction. You guys are enjoying yourselves. And then from the back, from the doors that have been closed for several hours now, you hear a frantic... Very frantically, aggressively, they're banging on the door. One of the guests comes in, and one of the servants comes in, and just before she can open the door explodes outwards as this army of undead starts spewing in, and mass panic erupts throughout the entire auction house.
Madness, you might say?
No.
Yep. No. Wait. We'll see you guys next week. No, I said it. I said it.
No.
But that means no more diplomatic encounters. It's time to fight. Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked what you heard, then please like, share, or subscribe to the Mithril Tabletop. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram. Or always feel free to email us at themithraltabletop@gmail.com. We'll see you next week. Music and sound effects are provided to you by Envato Elements. The Mummy's Mask is copyright 2014. Mummy's Mask images, characters, and artwork are a trademark of Paizo Incorporated.